And welcome back to Fate of the Pods, your favorite podcast for both RS3 and real life content. I'm Aerro.
And I'm Rainy Day.
And today is going to be a day because we are talking about the summer beach party, the best update that has ever been in RuneScape, in my humble opinion. Today might be a very one-sided conversation via me because I have things to talk about today.
Honestly, the beach is probably one of the best things that has ever happened to the Lumbridge crater.
Literally, like
at least that, yeah. If not all of RuneScape.
When, like, one of the biggest things, yes, to ever happen to Lumbridge crater wasn't the first thing that happened once they like made it a thing. Was like the
It was the
Tuska.
world event.
Yeah.
It was actually Zamorak versus Sarah Doman, right?
Yes.
Back in 2013 or something.
I have very vague memories of that place, other than like I got to it late because I didn't know what it was, and then like they had a bunch of rewards and I kind of missed out on. But anyway, we're talking about the Queen Supreme, the beach. So this is year 5 or 6 of the beach. They had an off year 2 years ago for whatever reason. I was livid.
Yeah. I was too. I was like, I don't want to play anymore. Like, this is what I look forward to every summer. And they didn't have it.
I know. And then, thank God, back by popular demand, they brought it back. I will say, I don't think the beach, like, in and of itself is like prime content in the sense of like what you get out of it, like XP or like rewards or whatever, but just the memories I have attached to this place are what make it so like fun and like it just brings me joy. I don't know why. Stupid to say. But I have, before I tell kind of the hotspot story that I have about the beach, do you have what are your favorite memories, or what are your things you like about the beach?
Well, when it first came out, it was just, especially the construction one where you build the sandcastles, it was literally free construction XP, and it was super AFK. And now it's super inefficient looking at it, but back then it was the way to go, especially if you were not 99. But after a while, it does kind of get grindy because you feel kind of obligated to like max out your thermometer. But I genuinely loved the outfits, and I still do, and just the cosmetic items and stuff. There's a lot of, don't get me wrong, there's a couple of bad ones, but for the most part, the outfits are really good. Especially the beach towel outfit that they came out with this summer. Yes, this is the best thing they've done in a while.
I know. I look forward every year about like what the overrides are going to be. That's my favorite part. So story time, I guess. The first year that the beach came out, 2015 I think it was. Myself and Daisy, actually, shout out Daisy, I think she's Daisy Sue on YouTube, go check her out. Anyway, we almost, I don't know if I ever told you this story, but we almost got permanently banned from the first year that the beach came out. Fun fact.
Were y'all bug abusing?
Let's get into it. So the first year that it came out had the most, like, well, obviously, like, no one knew what it was, or like what the rewards were going to be, or what was all involved, but they had like made it very clear and like hyping up the first year of the beach that there were a lot of hidden things to unlock. And those were obviously like the titles and the overrides, and didn't really give any direction on like how to get them or like what you need to do to find them, XYZ, whatever. So the first titles that you could get from the beach were by maxing out your thermometer every single day for like however many days in a row, right? And you unlocked them kind of as you were supposed to like come back every day, max out your calculate or your thermometer. You know, once you got like 15 or whatever, you got the first title, and then if you got 20, you got the second title, XYZ. On day like three going on day 4 of the event, like Daisy and I were really into like, let's try to find stuff, like let's go like on Reddit and stuff and like see what people are saying. She PMs me and she's like, yo, they found or like people are getting the titles, this is how you get it. And it was with like collecting coconuts, and you would get a full inventory of coconuts, get to max out your thermometer, and then you would like add 1 coconut to like the coconut tree, and then hop worlds and add another one. So it was like counting each coconut as like a new max out, if that makes sense. Which, yes, in hindsight was absolutely bug abuse. It's been years, Jackex. If any of you are listening, you can't ban me now. Anyway, and so we were getting like the end of the beach titles on like day 3 or 4. And so Daisy and I do it. We have like the final, whatever it was, like the bronze, the chilled, and then the complete sunnest or whatever, where I think where the first titles were. And so we had the last title on day like 4. And a week goes by, and then in the next week's update after that, they had this whole thing come out where it's like 1,400 of you had abused this bug, 600 and some people were permanently banned from it.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh my god, am I banned? And log on and I'm fine. But like the thing had said that they kind of made it an arbitrary, if you did it before reset going on the 4th day, that all those people were banned. And Daisy and I literally did it like 2 hours after reset on the 4th day. So we barely missed the cutoff from getting banned, which was a lot.
That's honestly super scary, but the punishment shouldn't have been that heavy. It's literally titles for an event.
I know. I felt so bad. Like, can you imagine being like an endgame player and then some stupid beach event comes and you get permanently banned?
Yeah, that's messed up.
So anyway, to finish the story, what was funny was that after they had sent out like that message, they reset everyone, like including the people who hadn't abused the bug, to whatever day it was, giving you like the 4, you can get like 4 a day. They put you back to the number you should be at on that day, right? But the day they had like reset everybody, I hadn't maxed out yet. So I was already like given my thermometer max outs for the day they like set it as. And so then I maxed out again and I ended up getting the chilled title a day early again.
Your mind is too powerful.
So needless to say, like I have some like trauma, but like happy trauma that relates to the beach. And yeah, I come back every year and, you know, hope for the best.
Yeah.
And then the second year, more stuff came out. That was the Rainy. That was like where the baddies at the beach came.
I remember that. I do remember. I wasn't really friends with the friend group then, but I remember the name changes.
Yes. That was myself, Daisy, and Vic were all like bad something. I was bad Biddy. Vic was bad Thotty, and I think Daisy was baby girl in all caps, and that was like the Beachy Keen, the pink title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, do you have any like fun memories that maybe don't involve you almost getting banned?
No, it's literally just doing it over and over again. I don't remember if I took advantage of that, like the the bug abuse, I literally don't remember. And if I did, it wasn't like instantly to get those end titles. But yeah, I think I was just innocently building sandcastles. That was it.
Keeping your minding your own business, keeping to it.
Yeah.
I don't know when maybe they just started. I don't know. I like the idea that the tokens, or at least some of them, aren't tradable. I'd rather have it be that than like people coming and then just like buying everything day one and being able to leave. I like you have to kind of like earn it.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I don't know. Claudia, the homegirl, the OG. Oh, I still have from I don't know if it was from the first or second year. I don't have any like rares that I'm sitting on except for 2 Claudia hats. That came out like the first or second year. They're ugly as shit for like an override. But the thing is, like, once you take a picture with them or something, then they disappear and they like you don't have them as an item anymore. They're just like part of an override.
Oh.
So they are technically in limited supply. So in 30 years down the road, I might have something that's worth selling. I don't know.
That's true. I think I kept it was like a conch shell. I don't think it's worth anything, but I do not like destroying items that say you won't be able to get this again. Like they have to just fill up my bank.
Right. Speaking of which, I don't know if you were on when I think your clan was actually talking about it. Blue party hats are well over 100 bill now.
Yeah.
That's absolute insanity. In hindsight, I had a purple at one time. Fun fact. Like,
wait, when?
In like 2010 when they were 180 mil.
Damn.
I know. If only.
If only.
Well, I think it's time. We should move on to our special segments here. We're gonna do a little flip flop. I will take the NPC OTP, the NPC of the podcast, and Rainy will have the skill. Today, we must talk about the infamous, the grand high poobah himself, Gilly Willikers, Gilly Willy. Our favorite clown.
In Gillinor, the ruler of Burthorpe.
Yes.
He owns the month of September.
Yes. Also, what I also wanted to say, why didn't the September raffle happen last year?
I don't know, but that should be a crime. And I think I still have the raffle tickets. Yeah, I still have 4 of them. I don't think they become used more, but I hate how they just let you keep certain currencies.
Rainy's just hanging on for them to hopefully get like 1,000 death touch darts.
I remember dumping so many of them into the ones that were worth it, only to get whatever it was.
Literally, I have to thank the September raffle probably for being trimmed to this day, because I would always just load my tickets and put them only on death touch darts, and like over the years I accrued like 13 of them. This was before the traveling merchant came out and like sold them, and so I had gotten 13 stacked over the years, and then I used them for my Tellus requirement.
You're honestly a legend for that. Because your quick chat says you've only killed 1 Telos at 100% enrage.
Yes. For those who maybe don't know, you can no longer you can use darts on Telos, but if you use a dart, the enrage won't go higher. So before I trimmed, there was like a month left, and like one of my like long-term friends had messaged me like, hey, they're taking away darting to be able to like increase Telos and Rage in like a month. You should do the rec. And I was like, oh my god, if I don't do this now, I'm never gonna trim. So used up literally all 13 of my darts to get that damn rec. But I mean, I have my quick chat for Telos kills now, and I'll never do another Telos kill ever again. It says I have killed one Telos, and like my most enraged kill was 101%.
That's pretty. I always thought that was really cool because I had to do the trim rec, and it was back when I dreaded doing Telos because I was like, oh no. But I went and I did it. It's a pretty cool boss. But I will say, I think the darts still work for like if you're doing streaks, it'll still count for the streak count. I think. I still think that people stack darts for those.
Yeah, probably. And like you can still like if you want are just trying to sit at an enrage and like P5 sucks or whatever, you can just dart P5, you know, and just stay at that enrage.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, back to Gilly Willikers.
Yeah.
He gave out the clue scrolls during September. You'd go like get an elite from him or whatever, depending on your total level. And, you know, he was just chilling. He was wandering around all the locations in his bright white clown face. And honestly, who else could do it like him?
No one. I don't think anyone can. And the rewards were usually cool because you would go in at reset, see what you got, and then it would broadcast for your friends if they got something cool like a dart or the gold armor. Pretty cool stuff.
Yes. So, Mr. G. Willikers, this one's for you. Thank you for all of you done. Hopefully we see you again in the near future.
Yeah, I mean, September is like less than 2 months away, so hopefully...
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed he makes his return.
All right. Rainy, you have the floor.
Yep. Okay, so for the RS IRL of the day, I chose the agility skill, and I wanted to talk about... Well, I wanted to wish Pokemon Go a happy 5th birthday.
Yay.
It came out in July of 2016, so it has been that long. I remember it. Did it break the App Store? I don't know. It was really big on release, and a lot of people were playing it. It's still a really cool game. 5 years later, they made a lot of changes to it. And speaking of it, the Go Fest, which is something they have annually to get people to like go out and have fun. It's this weekend, this next coming weekend. So
ooh, nice.
That should be fun. And also, speaking of agility even more, I will say that the Olympics are coming up. It's still Tokyo 2020, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tokyo
Okay, so
2020 Part 2, the Re-Up Reloaded.
Yeah. Yeah, it starts on the 23rd. I just Googled it because I don't watch TV anymore, but I know it's going to be on. Do you have any favorite events that you like to watch, like the sporting events?
Yes. Being a former track and field athlete myself, I love track and field. Also, the gymnastics, I think, is just super interesting to watch. Like, I don't understand really how like any of the scoring or anything is done for gymnastics, but it's just so like stupidly riveting to watch these insanely small people that are built like bowling balls just launch themselves into the air. But yeah, big track and field guy, already in like the Olympic trials or whatever the respective events are to like get into the Olympics themselves. World records are like being shattered already. So I'm very excited to what Tokyo has in store.
Yeah, same. I'm the farthest person from an athlete, but I literally love I love watching most from like I love track and field and gymnastics a lot, but I also love everything else. Like synchronized swimming is freaking amazing.
Oh yeah.
Um, that one's really cool. What else? Rowing is pretty. It's pretty fun to watch for a little bit. What else? There's so much more. Beach volleyball, especially when they had it back in Brazil.
Yes.
Yeah, that was iconic. And watching the Brazilian like women play beach volleyball, truly a moment. I loved every second of it. What else? I Those are the only ones I can come up with. Swimming is also really cool,
Yeah. I think Brazil.
especially with that nonsense that Ryan Lochte was pulling 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh,
He's insane. I don't know how they let him. I don't know if he's back. I don't know if he's retired yet, but he was clowning around 5 years ago.
see, I kind of like that. I need some like,
Drama,
yeah,
Olympic drama.
literally, I need something. Speaking of, what's your take on? I'm not even gonna remember her name. The
Oh,
Olympic,
Shikari.
yes, who unfortunately has been banned for, or not banned, but she had a 1 month suspension that will cause her to not be able to run at the Olympics.
I feel like they did her really wrong, because the fact that she was able to run that on those lungs, like she deserves it all. And she was going. I think she lost her mother around that time. So I don't.
Yeah,
It's just I get the rules and stuff of the Olympics, but they did her wrong. And I think she was still eligible to qualify for a certain race, but the track and field, whatever administrators were like, no, which is super, super messed up. She deserved a lot better.
yeah, something about how she would have been able to run the 4x100 meter relay on the US team, but like there was some controversy between like the people who are organizing the Olympics and like then the US track and field team who ultimately like chooses what athletes will run which relays. Like all of a sudden like the fastest woman in the world is not allowed to run the 4x1. It's, I don't know, it's pretty dumb,
Yeah.
but
Um,
uh,
but I feel like she, as a person, she knows how good she is, and the entire world kind of basically does, or at least because um, she deserved better, and most everybody knows that she did too. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's really,
I hope to see her again,
I
but
I
yeah,
know, it's it's just really unfortunate. I mean, it is, thankfully like we only have 3 more years until the next Olympics, but still, I mean, maybe not as much for track, but like, what can I compare it to? I guess like in the gymnastics world, like 4 years is a lot of time. Like you could
yeah,
be
absolutely.
in one Olympics and then not be good enough by the next Olympics to like make the cut. So hopefully she's, still around in 3 years, or in the meantime could like smoke a world record or something. That would be awesome because, even even if like coming into the Olympics she was the fastest, like no one's gonna call her the fastest until she like runs on that stage, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So an unfortunate turn of events for her, but I don't know. It's just like weed is not even a performance enhancing drug.
it's yeah, that's the thing, and not only that, but it's a performance inhibitor, and for her to do what she did is even it makes it even that much more impressive in my opinion. But yeah, you can't. The rules are the rules, I guess. But now I
Yeah.
feel like they're looking into it now, but it's too late. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
I saw something on Twitter the other day that was like the whatever body that controls the rules of the Olympics are now going to further like see what they can change about the rules. So it's like she hasn't been like the first person probably to get caught with this. Why is this now all of a sudden needing, to be changed? Like why couldn't this have been done a
yeah,
long time ago?
absolutely.
But yeah. So tell us, not to backtrack, tell us a little bit more about Pokemon Go, what the 5-year anniversary is doing, and what kind of that means for the people that still play it.
Basically, they have events rolling out constantly, but this one it was basically Pikachu is always part of the events, and so for this one, he's like floating and he has a bunch of balloons around him and a five balloon, like the number five, rolling
Mm-hmm.
around too. So you can catch a lot of Pikachu's that way, and then there's quite a few number of like the other classic favorite Pokemon that are around. Um, they occur more frequently in the wild, so you can catch them. But for the Pokemon Go Fest that's coming out, there's also going to be a lot of Pikachu's in like cool, super cool outfits. They're really cute, and there's these raids you can do, which is like a bigger Pokemon that you can defeat as in you get to capture it. No Pokemon are ever harmed in Pokemon Go, but they just faint. They do faint. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. So you can complete defeat raids in gyms, uh, and that's basically it. And you just typically hang around outside. COVID kind of stopped that, or made that less of an occurrence.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Um,
Didn't even think about
but
that.
yeah, but now that things are kind of, at least in America, returning back to normal, you're able to go out and stuff. And
Nice.
yeah, good stuff.
Um, my Pokemon Go experience is as follows. Right when it came out, it was like kind of a hype. I was in undergrad at the time, and yeah, like some of my friends got in, were like all about going to where I'm from. There's like in downtown, there's like a big Falls Park area, and that's kind of like where the hotspot was, that where everyone would go to like get Pokemon, or like you can battle for like a spot, like a location or something. Is that still a
Yeah,
thing?
you defend the gyms. I
Right.
didn't mention that, but yeah.
There was like a bunch of them downtown at the falls. So like I remember going a couple times with my friends. Like we would go walk to the falls, and everyone was hopping and bopping around. It was fun. I can definitely see if like an area is like very populous, that it could be very fun time.
Yeah, they're I used to live in Austin for some time, and they have a very organized Pokemon Go Discord where you can coordinate raids based on what area of the city you live in, and you never have to do a raid alone. Like the 5-star raids, which are where the legendary Pokemon are, um, you need multiple people, and you can always like coordinate. And for community days and stuff, which are when they make a certain Pokemon occur like crazy frequently in the wild for like a few hours in the day, like everybody would just, not everybody, but like a lot of people would just go to the parks and play, and you can tell who is playing Pokemon Go because they usually spin their ball to do a curve throw and then catch the Pokemon. So
Hell
good stuff.
yeah.
Good stuff.
Well, very cool. Thank you for everybody who listened with us again today.
Yes.
Since I guess we're talking about it, you can find us on Spotify, Fate of the Pods, and we have a YouTube channel now that we're going to be putting our episodes up at. Search us, Fate of the Pods. Um, give us a nice thumbs up, whatever you need to do, all that good stuff. I feel sound like an influencer, and I kind of hate that, but yeah, share it with your friends.
Yeah, and thank you all for sticking around. Until next time, may the fate be with you.